to where I was in the nodes and running over them. I am in the sets under the text nodes, and actually I found prior to going into sets text and looking at all these wonderful nodes, I did notice in sequence there was a nice character sequence you could draw from. So what I did was I built a pavilion that's very simple but very beautiful. Did a little bit of geometry manipulation after, but it is based on text. So if you want to see the hello, I am Michael building, you simply plug it into text and use the Unicode and you get this structure. It's fairly simple on each one. You'll see how it kind of works like a clock. The character sequence, double click to edit panel content, turns into this one. And the I love you pavilion turns into this one. Pretty simple using the character sequence. There it is. And actually, that's fairly complex, that one. Maybe I've done something wrong. No. Well, I might have I have the list length on there. I need to change my list length to that text. There we go. The I love you pavilion obviously is very simple. The less you type, you know, the smaller the pavilion. So if I did like the love pavilion, it would be this way. And this is just simply gathering data from text, very shallow and very short. It doesn't loft too much. So if you went in there and said quick brown fox, I think it would be different for cap locks. Jumps, remember to put down the S at the end, it jumps over the lazy dog. You should be able to get every piece of geometry you need, except you don't need love in there. So let's go. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And that is it. There's the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog pavilion. And what I've done was I brought in all these other nodes in there, and you can play with them. You can put them in, you can change the data, you can move everything. Basically, you're ending up with a Unicode number sequence, and that's directly coming from here. So you can kind of bypass all of this stuff. You know, that's not even functioning right now. So, but it is playful. So the script is there for people who want to build geometries from text. Simple. It's not rocket science. I think I found a point system to build a vector. A start line direction. I divided those points. I was actually going to use a range in those points, and I don't think I did, so let's get rid of that and get rid of that number slider. I just ended up moving them in relation to sine. I thought it would be a good multiplier. So sine is multiplied by, goes from 0 to 2 pi, and, 0 to 2. Then sine reads as a multiplier. It goes into a z-axis for direction, lofting, or moving up. I shouldn't say loft. I always say loft when we're moving up. Put it into NURBS curves, which are nice for a couple of subtleties in here. Dispatched, plays with the dispatch merges. Did a couple of rotates on each one separately. And this is where it just gets fancy, because the data wouldn't be that interesting if I just let it come out as Unicode. And popped in the lines and piped them. That's it. And you can make this, extremely more juicy with the simple technique of going in and going in a variable pipe, pulling that data out here. Keep in mind to reparameterize. You also might want to disable the other one, deal with it line-wise, and then just throw a quick little range in here. I'm just doing this because I do it all the time to visualize things, and I think it's a great way for sculptors to kind of think of visualizing. Sometimes this works, sometimes it jams. There's a bug in it. So I think if I go to graph types and do like a parabola first, I should be able to do it. And let's slide that one up a bit so it's not so big and chunky. We'll see how big this works. It might blow itself out of proportion. There it is. So that's a nice little stretch taunt cloth, a little more interesting to look at. You have control over those graph mappers to make some really cool stretched objects. So what a lovely project. I'm so happy I did it. It's something I may end up making. We have a new chair at the Foundations building at KCAI. They've done some work at Burning Man. I think it's time to get together and think about some of these awesome structures and what could happen with them. Lovely piece, lovely object, nice study, and you think about it, that is the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog pavilion. It's not hard to be creative, you just have to take the time to do it. Thanks for watching.